Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. I'm so glad that you chose to be here. You could be anywhere else, but you have chosen to be here, and I'm thankful that you are here. So if you're new on the channel, my name is George Kingori. I am a finance expert. I'm an enthusiast farmer. I am pursuing financial excellence, and I'm also a financial consultant. And today I'm going to speak to you about an important subject, and that is retirement. We are all heading there. If we are not there yet, we are all heading there. And my desire is that I will be able to share insights that are going to help you to learn on how you can be able to prepare for retirement. And if not for retirement, at least for financial independence, so that you can be able to have your finances in order when that time comes. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, very few people actually do plan for their retirement, and many are caught off guard when they are unable to prepare sufficiently for their retirement. So I'm going to teach you on how to retire in 8 years. Yes, I said 8 years. I'm going to share simple tips, and I'm going to share with you a formula that works out mathematically for everyone. And this is how you'll be able to retire with any income that you possibly have. It doesn't matter whether it is high income or low income, and whatever currency, it all works out the same. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to share with you this formula on how you can retire with any income. So ladies and gentlemen, let us assume that your expenses. So we're going to work with your expenses, because indeed in retirement your desire is to be able to meet all your expenses without having to actively work. So what you are going to do is to have your investments work for you as you are in retirement, and ensuring that you are able to cover your expenses on a monthly and an annual basis. So your return on investment will be able to be enough to meet all your expenses. So I'm going to assume that your expenses are averaged out continuously. So that is one of the assumptions you're going to make, that your expenses are determined and are going to be fairly the same throughout this period. Then the other thing I'm going to assume is that you are able to effectively determine your expenses beforehand. So assuming that your expenses are, say, 1,000, or rather 10,000, let us work with 10,000. If your expenses every single month are 10,000 USD, USD is just a currency, but this works with any currency. So if your expenses are 10,000 and you have determined that is your expenses throughout every single month, then you would need in this particular thing to be able to undouble your expenses. So what I am indeed advocating for is that you are able to invest half of your earnings, and then you use the rest half towards your expenses. So for you to be able to invest 10,000, you'd have to earn 20,000, so that you use 10,000 towards your expenses and 10,000 towards your investment. So the critical thing for you to understand is that you are investing half of your earnings to be able to, for this to be able to work for you in 8 years. So if your half of your earnings is coming to 10,000, so you will need to invest this 10,000 in an investment that is generating 10%. I'm going to go back again to that. Your income, your investment should be half of your income. So if you're earning 20,000, you should invest 10,000. Then you use 10,000 as your expenses. So when you invest this 10,000, you have to invest this 10,000 in an investment that is giving you at least 10% per annum. So when you have this 10,000 and you invest it continuously month after month, the 10,000, 10,000, 10,000, so that at the beginning of the year, at the end of the year, you have 120,000 invested, then your interest will be around 7,749.94 for the end of the year. That is for 10%, assuming 10% return. Again, ladies and gentlemen, you have to be careful. You have to earn at least 10% return. So what we are working with is compounding effect. So we take the interest at the end of the year, we add it to your investment. And that is how you're going to do. You're going to be adding 10,000 every other month without withdrawals. Ladies and gentlemen, without withdrawals, so that your capital continues to grow. So as you bring in 10,000 every month, you earn the percentage every month, which adds to your capital. So the total of your total net worth at the end of the day becomes the capital at the beginning of the month as you add more money this month, so that this amount continues to grow. And ladies and gentlemen, the effect might not be felt in the beginning, but as you go, as you head towards 8 years, you would be able to have enough income. For example, on the 8th year, you'll be able to earn on your investment, assuming on the 8th year you stop putting the 10,000, you will be able to generate 136,000 in interest income from the money that you have been accumulating and reinvesting continuously. Again, I will add the point that it is important to note that it is compound interest that is working for you, not simple interest, compound interest. So the interest that you earn is added back to your capital and earns additional interest. So by the end of the 8th year, your total value would be 1.496 million. So this 1.496 million will be able to generate at least 136,000 annually. And if you are to draw your expenses, remember your expenses is 10,000. If you are to withdraw 10,000 every month, without adding any more, after 8 years, you would sustainably be able to withdraw 10,000 perpetually, without eating the capital, as long as your interest earnings are at least 10% every year. Ladies and gentlemen, this figure works for each and every income. Again, the important thing to note is you should be able to have your expenses only accumulating 0.5% of your income and investing the other half towards an investment that is generating a compound income, compounded every other year. So the amount that you should be able to generate is 10% of your investment. This figure works whether you have 1,000 that you are able to invest every month, or 10,000, or 3,000, or 5,000, or 100,000 in whatever currency. You would be able, after the 8th year, to stop and now withdraw from the interest that you generate and be able to have to be able to cover your expenses on a monthly basis. Ladies and gentlemen, you would be able to get your expenses paid up every single month after you do the diligent investing every single month for 8 years. Of course, this requires that you are patient and you are persistent and you are objective as you go towards this goal. But that is the simplest way that you can be able to meet your expenses passively without actively being involved in employment or any such thing. And this would enable you to retire. This again works with each and every amount. So the key here is to invest 50% of your income for 8 years in an investment that is generating at least 10% with reinvestment. Then after 8 years, you'll be able to get whatever you are investing. And because we said that you are investing 50% of your income, then you'll be able to generate an amount that is equivalent to the amount that you are saving, and you'll be able to cover your expenses going forward. So ladies and gentlemen, that is how you retire in 8 years. If you are concerned about inflation, then here is the trick that you should follow. You should invest in something that generates more than 10% return on investment. Or you should extend this period from 8 years to say 10 years so that you are able to cover for inflation. Again, ladies and gentlemen, investing the amount that we have spoken about, so half of your income, investing it every year, then reinvesting the interest or the income on investment that you get. This works with each and every figure. But remember, the key is reinvest, invest half of your income, and invest consistently and reinvest for 8 years. So ladies and gentlemen, I hope I have been of help to you. Next time you're going to speak on other periods and how you can be able to do it in, say, 10 years or 15 years or whatnot. But remember the key: income from investment at least 10% per annum, reinvesting half of your income, and keeping your expenses below 50% of your income. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. If it is your first time, kindly subscribe to the channel, like this video, comment, leave me feedback, and let me know what topics you desire for me to speak about. Every time you subscribe, you will be able to get notifications and be able to get the latest on what I post and what I am speaking about each and every single time. So enjoy your time and enjoy 2021.